Listen, I'm coming out of the Black Cave. I have been in the Black Cave for too long. Your local superhero, black man, has landed. Listen, R.I.P. to Darth Vader, James Earl. You get me? The Lion King, he's gone. The Black Panther, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, they're gone. Guess what? The black people, them, everybody, not even the black human, the human population needs a new hero. Move over Marvel, move over DC. Black man has landed in the wild, wild west. Understand me, people, I'm here to talk and put my 2 pence into everything. Cause you know what? We're losing reality right now. The internet is taking over. Elon Musk is making his iRobots. People, I know you must have seen the iRobots thing coming. 30 grand if you want one. Listen, people, there's a lot of things I am watching right now, and I'm just like, yo, they're taking away our normality. They really are. So, any questions, any theories, anything you want me to look into, I will give you from my perspective. I will send it, Commissioner OG will send out the black signal and I shall answer. So, yo, we're gonna start. Now, people, there's a thing on the internet right now with this man called Mr. Netty or Miss Netty. I don't know, but I'm just gonna say Mr. or Mrs. because I don't know what they want to be referred to as. But right now, they went to Jamaica. And they went to Jamaica and they come back and they was doing a vlog. And the vlog said that she don't like Jamaican food. They don't like Jamaican food. It don't taste nice. She was highly disappointed in this thing. Now, I don't judge people. But you see, this internet is a wicked place. And people, this is an 18 certificate warning. If you go and look at what I'm telling you about, you better be thick-skinned, because one thing I know about the Caribbean culture is don't diss them. Because if you even give them one piece of slight, you will hear their wrath.
So this person is going viral. Let's just call him Miss Netta. Now, if you do not know, Mrs. Netta is a content creator with over 837,000 followers. Now, recently, Miss Netta took a trip to Jamaica, and upon her return back to the States, she had this to say.
We went to Jamaica, and I can say that Jamaican food was disgusting. I couldn't get with it. I couldn't get with it. You know, so even they fried chicken at their little generic KFC wasn't even good to me.
Now listen, before I go any further in the video, I would like to say this. If you're planning on going to heaven, now is the time to stop watching this. Because when Jamaicans saw Mrs. Netta's video, they decided that they were going to put in a full day's work plus overtime. Shalom. Transmission. Favor. Quote that drops.
Now, as I said, she cussed Jamaican food. Now, I've grown up on Caribbean food myself. And to me, it's one of the best foods in the world, if not the best food in the world. But you see me, I eat food from all cultures. So I can pick a meal out of a Chinese dish and I say, yo, fire. I can pick a meal out of an Asian dish and say, yo, fire. I can pick a meal out of the African dish and say, fire, cause I love my jollof rice and chicken. Yeah, big up all my African people. You get me? And sometimes you can't beat a good roast on a Sunday. If it's cooked good, you can't beat a good roast. But people, I'm sorry to say, my number one go-to Sunday meal has to be a Caribbean meal 90% of the time. You get me? So, back to Mr. or Mrs. Netty. Yeah? Right. People in glass house shouldn't throw stones. And unless you are as thick-skinned as Mr. Netty, because you have to be, the Jamaican people was not happy. And they gave it her every single barrel they could give her. They ran out of ammo and still reloaded. You get me? They are called they are called the UN Peace Party. And they let out every single barrel upon this person because they was not happy that they dissed their cuisine. And listen, as I said to you, you diss my food because that is my go-to food. And I'm saying, next time, Mr. Netty, keep your opinion to yourself because you're not ready for them artillery. Because when them artillery come, you better have some whole heap of defense system because you're going to need everybody for protection. And even when she apologized, it wasn't good enough. So I'm saying, people, just know, when you start throw stone, just be ready for the boulders, especially if it comes from Jamaica. Because you can dash a stone, but them are going to dash boulders back at you. So people, know what you say and know what you're doing. But that was just my 2 pence in on that, yeah? Miss Netty, my business. But yo, on to the next thing, yeah? I seen a thing with Boosie the other day where one man was trying to sell his products.
Basically, I got this cleaner for your house. It's an organic cleaner. What it do? Clean everything except bad credit. Like, you see that spot right there that's right there in my mother's house? This is organic. You clean everything. I just crack jokes. I just deal with it. Oh, yeah. You gotta pay me to do it, so you can turn it off.
Not even sell them, just endorse them and promote them and that. And you know the worst thing is, I'm a fan of Boosie, you know. Because sometimes Boosie comes with some gems. You get what I'm saying, man? You get me? And when Boosie starts doing all of them things there, I'm like, yo, he's got a point. But you know, I was watching this thing and it kind of like, yo, Boost, man, you got to give man that are trying. You got to give them a chance. Because it's the man that come there with their empty hand and say, yo, can you give me some money? They're the people that you kind of like, yo, you just want me to give you money. Things don't work like that. But a man that's trying, you got to give them at least a 1 minute to say, you know what, let me see if it's worth me listening to. Because one thing I've realized in life, you know, that you don't know something until you've had that conversation. You get me? And there's 2 clips. There's a Boosie clip and there's a Rich Homie Quan. And big up Rich Homie Quan every single time, R.I.P. Yo, yeah, Type Away is one of my favorite tunes. You get me? Drop Top. What's that tune and you will feel a type of way. But yeah, but there are 2 clips and you add these 2 clips up together, you can see the dynamics of the both of them. But as I was saying, why I'm bringing up this topic, because I said in life, it's like you look at certain things in life and you say to yourself like, well, our man are going to give us a chance. And there's a thing about like when you shine in the hood, it's like you can't shine in the hood and not let everybody try and win at the same time, because you can't just be that diamond shining amongst the rough. You get what I'm saying? And this is why I'm kind of making that point. Give everybody a chance. You get me? Not everybody. As I said, I'm saying that wrong. Sorry, people. I'm more saying those who are willing to try, you should give them a chance. Because everybody that comes out with an open hand and not willing to put the work in that you've put in, they don't. It's like I said, like, imagine you start up a business and a man comes up to you and says, yo, I want to be your business partner. After you've been doing your business for like 5 years and you've done all, you started from ground and built it up. Now your brethren coming to you and say, yo, put me on. How do you put that man on? Does he work for you? Because he can't expect you to just say, yo, I want to be your business partner 50-50. But some people have that expectation, and that expectation is a delusion. It's delusional, because you're going to feel a way to bring that person in. I will give you the tools that made me get here, and I can show you how I got here. But for me to say, yo, here's half of my empire, it doesn't work like that. Maybe I'm thinking wrong, But if I'm thinking wrong, let me know. But that's how my way of thinking is. I think that that's the way you should go about certain things, because at the end of the day, like I said, if you put the effort in, because I'm about team building, unity, all of us on one team, because I know for the fact is when everybody sits around the table, we've all got something to bring to it. No matter what skill it is, but that skill is going to help us. So if that man's a carpenter and that man's a builder and that man's a plumber, we are on our way to building a yard. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I say what we can bring to the table. That's why you all should always take a minute to listen to somebody and know what they've got to bring. You get me, people? So that was just my little 2 pence on that. So Boosie, man, do better, man. You got to do better, man. You get me, Boost? Car right now, I know say you're a good one. You're one of the real ones. So if you're going to be real, stick to the topic, bro. But yo, give man them a chance, yeah? Because man weren't coming there just begging for money. He was coming to show you a thing where you could have promoted the thing for him. Everything don't have to always be about money. This material life that we're living in right now, you can't die with your money. So the better you show a man, yo, let me give you a minute. That minute might not be worth your time, but then it might be worth his. You get me, my brother? So on to the next one. Right. Listen, going off from that to that, I've got a question, because I seen a thing on TikTok the other day. And it was a white man that said this, to be fair. And he said, the difference between white people and black people is that a white man's willing to walk around with £100,000 in a black bag. But the black man would rather walk around with £100,000 bag with £100 in there. And I looked at that, and growing up in the areas that I've grown up in, this wild, wild west, I really looked at certain things, and I've seen how certain communities have expanded, and my people, we've got businesses and bits, but the unity in the community is spread now. And I think it's spread too thin. Because like I said, and I'm not jealous of no other culture or nothing like that. You get me? But you can see it in the areas that you go in, that there's unity in all these other communities. And us seem to be running away from each other. And I'm trying to figure it out. But when I looked at this perspective, what do you think, people? Am I wrong for thinking like he's got a point? Cause I know the man them that got big cars outside their houses, but the house ain't theirs. You get me? So, and we all know most cars depreciate in price. So what is that status, and how long does that status last for? Where if you've got property or a business, like a lot of what these other cultures have done, they've built up. Like I said, with the area I grew up in, most of my era now have left that area. They don't even live in the area we got, where with most other cultures, the areas that they grow up in, they bring more people in. You get me? And I'm trying to figure out certain things, because they can tell you that this area ain't worth nothing. But if 50 people go to that area and live there and take pride in where they live, then that area then has value. And this is what I'm trying to make people start look on, what you value. That's why I brought up this thing that I heard. Because that £100,000 bag, can you live in that? I seen some trainers for £56,000 one-offs. And I'm saying, if you can't float in them shoes to give God affirms, I don't want them shoes. Because £56,000 is an investment to me into a business or a deposit on a house. That's the first thing. If you gave me that money, I would be thinking in my head, can I start a business with this, what I want to do? Or can I put down a deposit on a yard? Or even can I go to an auction and buy a house cash and fix it up? These are the jewels I'm trying to give you people. Because I just want you to reflect and look at certain things, because this is how I'm looking at it. So even the restaurant businesses, yo, if you look, I watch TikTok and if you see how some of these businesses are keeping their food, I know you don't keep your food like that, but you're happy to eat it because it looks good and take a photo. Listen, not everything that you see is good. That's all I know, people. Like I said, I'm just trying to give you these little pieces of information. I could be wrong. I could be old-fashioned. But some of the things that I grew up on, I'm just going to spread it. If it ain't for you, you don't have to listen to the channel. If you got a point of view, yo, send me in a comment. And we can go back and forth over that comment. But there's a lot of things now that I can't stay quiet on no more. Because I want unity in the community. And I'm going to keep on saying these things because I'm seeing too much destruction. You get me? And we have to come together as a people. And I don't care what culture you come from. This isn't just for black people. This is for everybody out there. You get me? And people, as I said, I just thought I'd put my little 2 pence on that little thing that I seen today. You get me? And if you got anything, if you disagree, you can disagree. But that's where I'm coming from. Right. On to the next thing. Look a bit more light-hearted now, you get me? There's one, you know Tank, the R&B singer. He's got one challenge. He's always doing these little R&B challenges because he done Tevin Campbell one before, the Can We Talk? But he's got a new one out now. And it's called Yams. I just want to know people's opinion on who they think sang it the best. I'll put the link up. If not, I'll try and play it. And then you lot can choose. I don't know if YouTube will let me have it. If it don't let me have it, I'll just put the link so you lot can have a look and make your conclusion. But the singers that I've seen on there, Commissioner OG, he's trying to tell me Mario. That's where his opinion is. But mine is the OG Charlie Wilson. You get me? And the worst thing is, you know, it's when you look at certain things, you know, how people, like this tune is new, this Yams tune, but the origins, if you do your research, you know, there's a comedian called Martin Lawrence, and he used to have a show called Martin, which was a sitcom. We didn't get it over here. You have to get it on YouTube. You don't get it in the UK. UK was Fresh Prince, Cosby Show, My Wife and Kids, Sister, Keenan and Kel, and that was the basis of what we used to get. But Martin was a big show over in America. But in one of the episodes, this line where this man's got this tune from, well, I don't know if he got it from there, but it's very coincidental if he didn't. And now they've got a challenge, but I'm saying Charlie Wilson killed it for me. And those who don't know Charlie Wilson, he's old school from the Gap Band. Then he was in Snoop Dogg and Justin Timberlake's tune, Signs. He's the one that does a little bridge at the end. You can be young but dumb and foolish. You know, that one there, so. But yeah, so give it a watch.
Brother Tank, man. I'm feeling a holiday spirits.
Can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. Show me the way. Cause I got bills to pay. And I just released my M's. You know you need them M's. I'm showing you the way, baby. Cause you got me. Yeah.
Can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. Show me the way. So I got bills to pay. Oh.
Tank called me out, so I gotta get on the challenge. Shout out to Devin and Masego.
Can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. please show me the way, 'cause I've got bills to pay. Listen, you can keep the beans, the greens, and the mac and cheese, the turkey and the ham. I don't want nothing else but the yams. Oh, Uncle Charlie would say, ooh wee, yeah. Can I get to the yams? Can I get to the yams? Sweet yams, show me the way, 'cause I got bills to pay. Can I get to the yams? Sweet yams, show me the way, 'cause I got bills to pay.
Let me know what you think, and we can go back and forth on it for a little minute. Right, and this, on to the next topic. Now, this is the topic that ain't even gonna be able to cover the whole of this show. You get what I'm saying? Because this can go everywhere and everywhere. Because now, I was born in the 70s, but my young adulthood was 80s and 90s. Now, to me, when I see my kids and that, and the privileges that they have, and then I look at how I grew up in the 90s, I don't like how they're dismantling all my idols, everything that I thought was great was not as it seems. Now, I said, I'm not throwing nobody's name under there, but yo, just like to say, all right, then let's just go through the idols that are no longer here with us then right now. Tupac, legend. Bob Marley, legend. Notorious B.I.G., legend. Whitney Houston, legend. Michael Jackson, legend. Like, these people have gone in their prime. And even when I look at my life right now, all the fame and everything that they had, would I trade it? Not if I'm not here anymore. But at the same time, look at the legacy they left behind. You get me? Like, we can still talk about these people and their lyrics to this day. Marvin Gaye, John Lennon. Like, I said it's not just about color. If you listen to lyrics and you listen to words of certain songs that people have wrote, they take you to a different place. Like, one thing I can say, because I've had some hard times this year. Probably one of the hardest years I've ever faced in my whole entire life. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, real talk, music got me through a lot of my dark moments. Music's like my medicine. People, like, it takes me to a different place, cause I can, whatever mood you're in, can lift you up, or it can make you feel sad, can bring a tear to your eye, can take you back to a memory. And I don't like how they're dismantling the 90s right now. It's hurting me. Are we allowed to listen to Diddy music anymore? And nobody can't tell me nothing. R. Kelly is the king of R&B. It's a discussion you can have with me, because even in my house right now, I try not to play the sexy songs and all of that. I try not to play them no more. I'll play like The World's Greatest or I Wish. You get me? Or I Can Believe I Can Fly. Because I Believe I Can Fly used to be my nan's favorite song. One of her favorite songs. Because she used to do the karaoke and she used to always tell me, can I sing it? So I know it was one of her favorite songs. You get me? But obviously, his reputation right now is in tatters. But people, you can't, I know the worst thing is there's a lot of you that listen to R. Kelly music that don't even know that you're listening to R. Kelly music. because he ripped for so many people, from Michael Jackson to B2K. For Joe, he ripped for so many people you would never know who he actually wrote for. You get me? And then onto Diddy, the bad boy. We all know his legacy. 112, Total, Notorious B.I.G., Craig Mack, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige. Are we going to stop listening to all the music that Puffy made? Because all I know is in music, there's always a message. This is why I can't get with the new music right now. Because if there ain't a message in it, I ain't interested. And I don't want people to lose that message, what we was delivered. Because the messages that they're preaching right now, from the Cardi B's to the Sexy Reds to the Ice Spices to the Liquor Yachties. I'm not even a big fan of Drake. I'm not even a big fan of Drake's music. To me, there's no timeless piece of Drake music. Not at all. Even down to, like I said, and if you do all your research into lyrics right now, I feel like you have to listen deeper. Because even if you listen to LL Cool J with the In Your Flavor remix, there's some questionable lyrics in there, you know. Notorious B.I.G., there's some questionable lyrics in some of his bars as well. Like I said, I'm an open mind, you know. So me nah gonna look. If whatever your preference is, people just gotta be real with themselves right now. Because Hollywood right now is a different place to how I looked on it back in the day. And I can actually say, one time, I would have wanted to be famous. I can say that. Now, somebody upstairs must have said, you don't want to go into that world. Because that world it seems a bit demonic right now, if I'm being honest with you. It don't seem like it stands for the righteousness. Like I said, the hip hop that we grew up on was, every rapper was an individual. Everyone had a different message. Like if you look at a DMX, that to me was like a street preacher. A man that would just stand on the box on the corner and just preach, but he done it in a hip hop way. Now you want to get some knowledge, go and kick it with Nas. Nas will give you that knowledge. LL Cool J, even with the questionable he, she lyric, he was a ladies' man. He was original Drake that came out with all the smooth tunes for the girls. Original. You get me? So, and then you got Tupac. He was just like a rapping Black Panther. You get me? Biggie. Just punchline after punchline. Queen Latifah made women look at themselves and say, U-N-I-T-Y. You get me? So, we had Arrested Development. We had Tribe Called Quest. We had so many different Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott, Dr. Dre and Snoop, NWA. Like the list goes on and on and on. But guess what? Every single body was lyrically correct. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this new millennium lot are not talented. They're all talented. Because it takes a lot to put all of that and perform that and be in front of people to do all of that. So I respect that. But the message is not what needs to be pushed. Because you can, even when you look at a Dre and say YOLO, a Drake, and you say YOLO, you only live once. Yo, listen, that means you shouldn't plan for the future. Like, listen to words. Because you have to plan for the future. It may not plan out the way you've made it, but you've got to put something ahead to look forward to. If you play chess, you play chess 2 to 3 moves ahead. So you have to plan. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, back onto subject anyway with this 90s thing, as I said. I don't like where it's going. Don't try and distort my childhood, because I enjoyed it. And like I said, music was good. You go back to R&B songs. Jodeci was crying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, will cry for you tonight. Boys to Men was on bended knee. You get me? We was trying to love you women, you know. Now you want to listen to the music now. What's Chris Breezy saying? These girls ain't loyal. You get what I'm saying? Like, why, sir? The narrative has all changed. Listen, like I said, I was brought up to respect a woman. You get me? Them Jaheim lyrics. I was raised not to hit a woman. These are the lyrics I used to take in. You get what I'm saying, people? And now, man, I say, what's that other tune? Don't tell him, don't tell him, don't. Oh, yo, listen. I don't like the narrative that man are spinning right now. Cause it's like you're trying to take that. Like I said, when you look at how it's all it developing, I don't even like Independent Woman by Beyonce, and I don't even like the neo tune Miss Independent. And I had a conversation with a woman, you know, and she told me the same thing, so I knew I weren't thinking like. And when you say, no, you're one of them, no, because I feel like a relationship needs to be 50-50. Whatever you bring to the table, as I said, I can bring to the table. So when you're saying to go and be independent, say if you go and have a child, are you saying you're going to be independent from me and raise that child on your own when you don't need to? Listen to the words, listen to the music. I'm not pushing this agenda. It's not about being in, it's about being together. I'm pushing the family narrative. Man, woman, child, we all need to be in the same house. Because you know what? From a personal thing, I've seen the destruction of the other side, and it's not good. So when you look, I said, music has influence. And that's why I'm saying the narratives of all these musics that we're listening to right now, people, we're going to break it down. Every time I sit down in the Black Cave right now and I see that signal go up, we're going to be breaking down lyrics. We are going to be breaking down songs. We're going to be breaking down movies, the messages, the punchlines. We're going to be breaking this down in a different level, because like I said to you people, I'm not here to play no more. I'm here to put my 2 pence in. A new superhero is needed. I've dusted off my cape. I've come out the cave and I've got a message to pass on right now. But yeah, so that was just a little insight into how I'm thinking. And like I said, before you get on to me about that independence, I said I love every woman that can get up, graft, look after the kids, put a pot of food on. But guess what? I can do it too. And I'm a man. But you don't see me singing independent man. You get me? That's not the narrative I'm trying to push. You get what I'm saying? So people understand what I'm trying to say. I love every single woman that gets out there, looks after her kids, puts a pot of food on, takes care of herself, and can do all of that. But also remember, woman, we're meant to be together. Yeah? That's all I'm saying on that one. And just going off topic now, just quickly before I wrap this show up. There's a show called Pop the Balloon. Yeah. And I could see where this show was going. And the other day, I watched the episode and I seen this woman. As soon as she come out, everybody popped the balloon. And you already knew she was in her feelings by the time she got to the second man in line. But by the time she got to the fifth man, she bust the mic over his head. Now, if this was the opposite way around, this would be a controversy. And I'm not here for all of these reality shows that turn into ratchetness. But the worst thing is I'm conflicted. Because just like the Mr. Missinetti thing, yeah, it's funny. And the place where we come from and the playgrounds that we used to roll in, we didn't have no filter. So I'm brought up from that place there where I ain't got no filter. But please, man, these reality shows, man, we need to stop degrading each other. And I can't, everybody who I've showed these clips to, from the Mr. Netty to the pop the balloon thing. We've all laughed. No one ain't said, nah, what are you showing me that for? It's entertainment. But is this entertainment going too far when it degrades our community? Just a little thing to think of before I go. But people, as I said, send out the black signal if you want to hear my 2 pence, because I'm here for it. Any comments, anything we want to talk about, I'm here for it. Yeah? This won't be the first and it won't be the last show. This is just the beginning. So people, tune in to the next one, yeah? And anything you see pop up on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, let me know and we can discuss it. I'll go do my little research and I'll have a look and I'll say, yo, this is my perspective. Because you don't have to listen to me. Because even if the show bored you after the first 3 minutes, you can lock off. You get me? But just know if Commissioner OG sends out the signal, me there. So people, have a good one, yeah? Blessings. Gone.